mate. Don't worry about it.
It's very slow.
Yeah.
Just turn back on.
There's your magic touch, mate. Getting there. Good afternoon, councillors. Welcome along. I declare this meeting open. Welcome to members of the public, officers. Under announcements, my fuel expenses for the period were $66.98. Councillor Jones is on leave at the moment. Declarations of interest, we have those recorded. Are there any further declarations of interest from any councillor? Thank you. We have no questions. Minutes of the ordinary meeting, 19th of September. Someone moves. Thank Councillor Cook. Councillor Giles, all in favour? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. Do we have any petitions? We have a request from Mr. Raymond Jones to present on item 10.4.1. Those who agree, please indicate. That's approved. Thank you. Method of dealing. So coming out for discussion are items 10.41, 10.42 and 10.43. Are there any others, councillors?
10.23, if you don't mind. Thank you.
That's fine. Anyone else? Someone move the balance, please. Councillor Cook, Councillor Hayward, all in favour? That's carried. So 10.23, can someone move the recommendation? I'll get a mover and then I'll get you to ask a question. Councillor Hayward, Councillor Steck. Question, Councillor Giles?
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I've had most of my questions answered, thanks to the CEO. Just one question, and you may have answered it to others, but I haven't heard it. If the councillors decide to buy their own iPad or tablet, who will be responsible for the upkeep, if you like? So, for example, if Docs on Tap doesn't work or it's full or whatever, who is responsible then for? Because at the moment it all comes back to...
Sure. Yeah, Mr. CEO, do you have a response to that?
Yeah, thank you, Mr Mayor, through you. If it was related to Docs on Tap for your council function, the city would be able to assist elected members. If it's running your own programs, that would be the elected member's responsibility on their own device.
Okay. Any further questions? Councillor McCleary.
Insurance for the item, how does that come about? How do we split that?
CEO.
Again, through you, Mr Mayor, if the elected members purchase a device, it would be their own device and they'd be responsible for their insurance.
Thank you. So Councillor Hayward moved, Councillor Steck second. Is there likely to be any debate? I'll put it all in favour. Those against? 3, that's carried. Thank you. 10.41, Mr Jones. Welcome. You have 5 minutes, Raymond.
I won't take that long, Gary.
Let's see how you
Look,
go.
Putting it very simply, councillors, thanks for the opportunity. This has been dragging on for some quite considerable time. We're a local company. We employ local people. We've been involved in the car industry, and in my case, since we built out there in 2005. From whence we first went out there, we were actually opposed by the council to actually go out there. And all of a sudden, since we've been there, we now have a fire station, a medical centre, our local community care has been built out there. And along with the development of the park centre, it's now become a major entry into Bunbury, which of course comes with its problems. And the problems are when we have the big show out at Hay Park with all the youngsters going past and drinking their cans and throwing their stuff over the fence. We clean it all up. We do not ask the council to contribute anything towards that building whatsoever. We mow our own lawns. We don't even get a bin. We take away our own rubbish. We've actually my son bought a ride-on lawnmower so that we can keep the front of our property clean and tidy. Do you honestly expect that we're going to spend another $30,000 to protect our property, to which we contribute to the council over $30,000 a year in rates? And that's been ongoing since the rates have risen. Not even once have we ever asked for it to be changed. We are a good local company. As a homebred boy of Bunbury, we've unfortunately got some undesirables around. And they've taken it upon themselves to jump our fence and ging over the top and smash car windows, break into our offices at considerable expense to ourselves. And also, it causes us no end of problems. You have a motor car, a $50,000 motor car ready for sale, and some little fella's riding past on his bike decides to smash the front windows or the back windows. It's not so much the fact that he only destroys a window. The fact is that it's $800 to $1,000 to fix it, with a $500 increment from the insurance. So then we clean that up. Look, putting it very simply, it is not going to impede upon the entry into the city of Bunbury. We have made sure since day one that that area has always been acceptable to the people of Bunbury. People come past on their bikes. I've got stop signs, I've got everything. If you want to walk past my premises, you will always find that it is neat, tidy, it has plenty of gardens, plenty of verge area, and it's all maintained by us. I do not believe that it gives anybody the right to jump my fence at 1 o'clock in the morning just because they feel like it. So, Mr. Mayor, that's our proposition to the council.
Thank you.
End of story.
Thank you.
If you have any questions, I'm quite prepared to take them.
Thank you. So, councillors, I'm prepared to entertain either the executive recommendation or the other options. So, Councillor Stick.
Thank you, sir. I move option on page 26, which is the alternative option to grant approval for the electric
Is
fence.
there a seconder? Councillor Kelly. You can take a seat, Raymond. Councillor Stick.
Thank you, sir. After hearing Mr Jones, I think that some of the councillors in this room would have some of their reservations cleared, because it's not just throwing stones and throwing cans, it's people jumping the fences. This is quite a significant problem for this business in our community, and they have been coming back to council for a considerable amount of time. I have seen electric fences in Northbridge in Perth, and I didn't even notice it until I walked past it and went, hang on, that's an electric fence. And it had barbed wire on the top as well. So obviously in that intersection they had quite similar problems. So this is not asking for to that extent of barbed wire. I think electric fences have come a long way from the examples that we have out at some of the light industrial areas. So I think that in this day and age we should secure stock that is so valuable, and we should at least let the business people get on with the job of employing people and creating jobs. I urge you to support the motion.
Councillor Kelly.
Just briefly, Mr Mayor, just a word of appreciation for our staff for having consulted with the applicant on this issue and finding a way forward in the alternative recommendation. I think it's quite clear that that consultation has occurred, and I recommend that councillors support the alternative recommendation. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there a speaker against? I'll put it all in favour. Those against? One. That's carried. So the alternative recommendation was adopted, Mr Jones, which is approval subject to some conditions. 10.4.2. This is just an impartiality interest by Councillor Cook. Someone prepared to move that? 10.4.2. Councillor McCleary, Councillor Steele. Any debate? I'll put it all in favour. Those against? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. 10.4.3 is another impartiality interest. Someone prepared to move that? Councillor McCleary, Councillor Steele. I'll put it. All in favour? Those against? That's carried unanimously. Thank you. There are no requests, no motions on notice, no questions. Thank you very much, councillors. I declare this meeting closed at 5:39 p.m. Thanks very much, members of the public, staff.